and happy Thursday, and welcome to episode 3 of my new weekly Makelight live show. So today, if you are watching live, then you can leave any questions or comments that you have just underneath this video. So just like on any Facebook post, you can leave a comment. So if you have any questions for me, then please don't be shy. Don't be shy about saying hello. Just post it all in under here, because I would love to hear from you, and I would love to help you with anything that you are struggling with or wondering about at the moment. So today I'm going to be talking to you about kindness and the importance of being kind online and offline, and how I think that this is something that is often missing from our lives. But before I start talking about that, I just want to let you know that I am sharing a special 1-week challenge with you next week, which is a Makelight social media spring clean, and there will be a video and some exercises to do and a Facebook group and lots of lovely things next week. This is something that I love to do at least twice a year. I sit down and get my social media in order. And I thought it would be lovely to bring you all along with me next week. So I will share the link below after we've finished, and you can sign up if that sounds like something that you would like to join me with next week. I'm really looking forward to it. So I also just wanted to say that this week is half term here in London, and this is my first day of work for the week, because I managed to batch my way through my January and the first half of my February to get myself really organised, batch lots and lots of my activities. This is something that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago with you, and I was successful in doing that. So I have been able to take the last 3 days off with my children, which has been really lovely, and I'm also taking tomorrow and the weekend off with them as well. So that is an amazing achievement for me, because normally, even if I maybe have only had 1 day of childcare in half term, I have been frantically juggling everything to try and be like, okay kids, are you doing an activity? Mummy's going to do half an hour of work, and just getting really stressed, and it not being very nice for me or my children, because I've just felt pulled in all directions. So by batching and getting really organised in the first 6 weeks of the year, I have been able to really enjoy this week, and I've had time off for myself, and I've been able to kind of be thinking in the evenings, and when my children have been busy playing without me, I've been able to be thinking. I've been able to get the house a little bit more organised. I've been doing taking some time off, and I am now planning to spend the next 6 weeks doing the same thing, so that I can take the majority of the Easter holidays off with them as well, while still being able to keep my members happy, to keep content going. So I am really pleased, and I would really advise you to get batching if you don't already do it. So listen to episode 1 if you haven't listened to that already, because I talk about it in there. But today I want to talk to you about kindness. Some of you may have read the blog post that I put out on Tuesday and shared in my newsletter yesterday about the importance of being kind to ourselves and to other people. I think that when we are online, we can get so obsessed with our follower numbers, how many likes we've got on an image, what our competitors are doing, what is all the kind of stressful stuff. And we can forget the importance of being kind, of saying hello to people, of supporting other people, of just being nice, of being polite. And it can just get lost, and we can really just concentrate on how many likes have I got today, how many followers have I gained, how many followers have I lost, who can I be grumpy with today, what can I complain about, and we really can forget to be kind. When we released the Makelight Year of Colour app, I was so shocked at the incredible rude comments that we got on our chat function on the site. People were so, I was just so shocked at people's just how rude they were, basically, and how entitled they felt. So we made this thing for free, and people just were like, where is it? I want it. Where's mine? I even got called stupid by somebody, and I said to them, well, if you're going to call me stupid, I'm really afraid I can't help you, because I don't have to help people who respond to a free thing that we have made in that way. And I really just started to think about actually there's this kind of sense of entitlement, sense of wanting stuff for free all the time, sense of wanting our images to be seen, to be liked, to build an audience. This can all just kind of fuel all this angst, and the kindness that I definitely saw way more of when I started out on social media many years ago. I feel that it was a much kinder place, that I made connections there that were amazing and really real and supportive. I still make connections like that today, absolutely. There are still so many people who are kind and lovely and nice. I am not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I think that often when we open up our phones or our iPads or our laptops to go online, we are thinking about kind of promotion and how we're doing, and thinking about how many likes we've got today, how many new followers can we gain, what can we get from it, what can we get, and we forget to be kind. And I also think that we forget to be kind to ourselves, and I think that we put so much pressure on ourselves to get these likes and these followers, and it's not just about likes and followers, but we put so much pressure on ourselves to be everything all the time, and we forget to look after ourselves, and we forget to be kind to ourselves. So I have been thinking a lot about this lately, and in this post I shared with you 3 things. So you can go and read the post, or you can just listen to me talk about it again here, but I shared 3 things that came into my into my world, basically. What I started thinking about kindness, and then suddenly 2 books appeared, and a lovely hashtag project as well. And I always think it's really, really sweet when that happens, and sweet and lovely and amazing when you start looking for something, things appear, don't they? So you start to be more conscious of things, and you start to look out for them. It's a bit like if you think, oh, I think I'm going to buy a pink car. No one has a pink car, and then you go on a journey and you just see pink cars everywhere and they've always been there, you just haven't noticed them. Anyway, so I was out and about, and I was shopping for some books for my little boy, and I found this lovely book about kindness, and it's 52 ways that you can be kind, and it's really, really lovely and inspiring, and it's really cute. It would make a beautiful present for somebody, a beautiful present for yourself, and it will just, you can open it on any day. So I've just opened this on page, I don't know what page it is, but I've opened this on page 69, 68 and 69, and it's number 15, which is share good news, which I think is something that we don't do enough, isn't it? We put the news on. I always ask, this is something I always kind of say out loud at home, why is the news always about the bad stuff? Why don't we celebrate the good stuff? So sharing some good news is one. But it's full of lovely ideas that you can help people in your neighbourhood, that you can help people in your family, that you can help people online, you can help strangers, you can help people you know, and you can help yourself as well. And be kind. Just generally be kind, be nice, be lovely. So this book is the first thing that came, and then I stumbled across this online, and I don't know how I had missed Emily Coxhead. I don't know how she hadn't appeared in my life before, but I am so glad to have discovered her on Instagram, and she has a lovely I think it's either called the Positive News or the Happy News. Anyway, she has an amazing good news newspaper that I want to subscribe to, and she's written this book about make someone happy and find your own happiness along the way, and it is the most beautiful journal of ideas, of things that you can do that will make you happier, will help you to be kind to yourself, and it will also put some happiness and some kindness back out there into the world. And I am always super, super passionate about that. And that is always something that I have actually wanted to do with my social media and do with the work that I do, is to be really positive and to put positive stuff out there. So this totally lines up with my thinking, and I am really, really happy to have discovered these 2 lovely books. And then the other thing I discovered was the lovely, lovely hashtag that you might have come across on social media Instagram recently, which is called Touch of Kind. And this project has been set up on Instagram, and some lovely small independent makers, it's not all makers, but that's kind of where it started, are supporting each other. Some people are giving things away, some people being just kind and lovely to each other and supportive, doing shout outs and all that kind of thing. It's called the hashtag is Touch of Kind, so I really recommend. I will link all of this up, so don't worry if you can't follow along or you're missing things that I'm saying. I will put all the links underneath this after it's finished, and this will be available for you to see again. And it's also in my blog post that was in my newsletter on Wednesday, and so you can also find the links there. But A Touch of Kind, Feather and Wild, I'm sure it's Feather and Wild, I'm now thinking, is it Feather and Wild? So it was a new Instagram to me account. Again, someone else I had discovered last week on Instagram, and now I'm diving into her lovely blog. But yeah, A Touch of Kind. So have a look on Instagram for ideas if you want to get involved, ideas of how you could be kind, of just seeing the kindness. And I think that when we see people being kind to each other, that's another really positive thing, isn't it? So it shouldn't all be this competition, this fight for likes, this fight for followers, thinking, and thinking of the world is doom and gloom and everything is hard and difficult. Just think about being kind. And I think that you could schedule in some kindness to your everyday, or certainly to your week. Now that might sound like ridiculous. We shouldn't have to schedule in being nice to people and being kind. Absolutely, I know, I agree. But I also know how busy life gets. And I often have ideas like, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if I sent a card to that friend that I haven't seen for a while? Or, wouldn't it be lovely, I've seen these things, I want to support these independent makers. Oh, I could do this great Instagram story where I link to them all. And then we get busy. So we have these ideas, and then life gets busy, and often the ideas come and they pass us by, and we can forget about them, or the moment has gone. So I've got a friend who's having a really hard time at the moment, and I got a card out of my drawer. I was like, right, I'm going to send her a card in the post, because there's nothing like getting a nice post. And then that card has just sat on the side for the last few days, and I've thought, oh, that's no good. But if it had said in my diary, send that card, write that card, send that card, then I probably would have got it done sooner. I'm going to do it this afternoon because I have put it on my to-do list for today. But I think scheduling it in can actually really help us. And then I think the more that we do, and the more that we remember to be a little bit kinder, a little bit nicer, a little bit more lovely, a little bit more positive, a little bit happier, the more it will just come and become part of your everyday. So think about scheduling. We schedule so many things, don't we? We might schedule trips to the gym, we might schedule our social media, we might schedule our blog posts, we might schedule our TV shows that we want to watch. But do we schedule kindness? I'm not sure we do. So I think you should schedule in some kindness for your week. We've still got a few days of this week left. You could schedule in something nice to do this week that's either nice, being kind to yourself, and that includes kindness to yourself as well. I think we are always too busy to look after ourselves, so being kind to ourselves is also really, really important, and it's definitely what these books say. And it's also what the A Touch of Kind hashtag project is also about. So really, really important to be kind to yourself, because when you're kind to yourself and you look after yourself, you're in a much better position to look after and be kind to other people as well. So it's really important to remember that. But schedule in some kindness for yourself. So put aside, scheduling for business growth, or scheduling your blog posts, or, put aside that for a moment each day and think about what you can do, one nice thing that you could do every day, either for yourself, for a family member, a neighbour, your community, somebody online, and it will make you smile, make you feel good, and it will make them feel amazing as well. So that is my kind of little bit of loveliness to share with you this week. I really wanted to talk to you about that. People always ask me, what is the best way to grow online? How can I build my followers? How can I grow? I want to grow. I want more followers. I want to grow my business. I blah, blah, grow. How can I grow? What is the secret? And I always say, show up. So it's always really obviously important to show up. Be nice and do good work. And that be nice is so important. Don't send rude emails. before you've actually thought whether that person on the other end really deserves a rude email. You know, don't leave short, rude comments on things. I'm sure you don't anyway, but just take a moment to think before you press send, and try not to always be after the likes and the follower numbers before being kind to people and being part of a community, and being a proper part of the community, which involves, you know, supporting others, being kind, being nice, being lovely. So there we go. So you can leave a comment on my blog and win these. So I'm giving, these are my copies, but I have another 2 copies, and I'm going to give those away. So if you leave a comment on the blog post about kindness, which I will also link underneath, before Friday, I think I said Friday at midnight. Maybe I said Sunday at midnight. I can't remember now because it's the holiday. But whatever it says on the blog post, do it today. Leave a comment, and I'll pick someone to win these 2 books, which will bring a little bit of joy into someone's life when they land next week. Or if you can enter wherever you are in the world. So it might not be next week if you are abroad, but they will be on their way to you. So those are my 2 things. So I am going to see if any of you have asked me any questions about either about this or about anything else you want to ask me about. But before I do that, I have realised that my lovely iPad is syncing. So I'm just going to lift that up a bit. Oh, the joys of technology and kit. But before I answer your questions, so if you have any questions, type them in quickly now. I'm going to share my 3 favourite things of the week with you, which is something I'm doing every week. And it's just a bit of fun. Sometimes they will be more kind of business focused, sometimes for children, sometimes for you, sometimes for friends, but just lovely things that have come into my world and I have been enjoying in the week. So this week, oh, my silly iPad is, oh, and I've also realised I've got hearts on this. Oh, Facebook. So I've got hearts on this. So sorry about that. Anyway, so the first thing is this lovely little pom-pom beret with a big pom-pom on that I bought for my daughter Rudy. So Rudy is 4, she's very nearly 5, and this really adorable beret is from a local to me mum. So it's by a company called Lala and Pom, and they are based in southeast London, just down the road from me, which I really love to support local mums in business in general, but local ones kind of feels all a lovely part of the community. And I found this on the Mummerhood, which connects lots of local mums in London. And isn't it cute? It's got the cutest little dog, sausage dog on there, and she looks adorable on it, and you can see pictures of her in it on my Quinsky account on Instagram if you want to know what it looks like. But that's an adorable hat. I want one. I don't know if I can squeeze into that. I don't know what to do about this. Sorry. If you're watching this afterwards on YouTube, I am really sorry. Firstly, I'm sorry about the hearts that have been added to this video because I obviously clicked something by accident when we went live, and it must be the Facebook Valentine's thing. And I'm also sorry about my screen. I obviously need to get a new holder for my iPad. That'll be my favourite thing of next week. So the next thing is this super cute, if you can see this, it's Marimekko and Clinique have done a collaboration, and it's a lip gloss that my lovely friend Catherine bought me, and I really love it when brands like creative brands like this do. I'm just going to take it out of the packet because I just wanted to show you how pretty it is, the packaging. I really love when brands do creative collaborations like this, and I really love packaging. And it is something that you could think about if you have a small business. You could think about, I mean, obviously these 2 businesses are really big businesses, but if you have a small business, it could be something that you think about doing with someone. You could collaborate together with someone. So I just wanted to kind of inspire you with that. And also pink and green, my favourite colours. So, and my favourite colour combination. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to try and prop this. There we go. I've propped it up with my kindness books, offering me some kindness. Right, it's not going to sink now. The last thing I'm going to show you is Flowersmith, which is a lovely book, and this was actually sent to me by the publishers. The other things, the Lala and Pom hat I bought, and the lovely lip gloss was a present, but this was sent to me as a gift by the publisher, but I really love it, so I wanted to share it with you. And if you like paper flowers, or you're thinking that paper flowers might be something lovely, a creative project that you could do this year, this is a beautiful new book, and it's full of lovely projects in there, lovely flowers that you can make. Lovely flowers there, anatomy of flowers. As you know, I'm a big flower lover. There's all the petals, things that you need. Flowers of all seasons, lots of tips. So lovely pictures there, illustrations. So if you are thinking that making some paper flowers might be something that you would like to do this year, or you know someone that might like to make some paper flowers, then this could be a lovely present. So it's Flowersmiths, and that's by Jennifer Tran, and I will link all these lovely things in the notes for you. And here is a lovely flower. I didn't make this one, but this was sent with a book, so that should hopefully inspire you, something that you could make. I really want to make some more paper flowers this year. They're just, I think the thing I get a little bit frustrated, I get a little bit impatient because they are slow. They're very slow to make, and you can kind of feel like you've spent hours cutting out tiny petals and you've made half a flower. So it teaches me patience making paper flowers, but I would really love to make some for the spring. I wanted to do that last year and I didn't quite manage to make more than about 2. So I'm going to have a go at doing more. Often when we say things out loud, then we make them happen, don't we? So hopefully I will be sharing some of my paper flowers that I've made with you very soon. So that is that. Now what I'm going to do now is, for the last 10 minutes, I'm just going to see if you have any questions for me. I'm just going to have to move my laptop there so I can see. It is such a beautiful day again. I'm sure like every Thursday, I think this is the 3rd Thursday in a row that it's been sunny like this when I have been doing these. Maybe it's a bit of luck. Maybe if I carry on doing this every Thursday, we'll have sunny Thursdays forevermore. But it's sorry about the sun if it is distracting you, but it is absolutely beautiful out there today, and it's going to be spring soon, which is so exciting. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh my page over here so I can see your questions. I am definitely not touching the iPad, which is now not sliding down the case. I'm so sorry about that wonky video. Let me see if anyone has asked a question. So here I am. Just have to open it. I wish it was easier. I wish, like, as soon as I went live, it popped it up for me on my laptop. That would be so cool. Facebook, if you're watching. Yeah, really interesting. So Alex has said maybe it's because people use social media for business so much more, but it's not an excuse, of course, to be rude. And and she's shocked about what you said about the crazy comments and abuse that we got on the Year of Colour. Yeah, people are really crazy, impatient, and I really feel they so many more people feel they are just so entitled to lots of free stuff simply for being. So just because they are means that they are entitled to free things, and they have no patience when things might not work so well. First time or whatever, and I find it really interesting. Anyway, I am not involved with the chat on that anymore, so that's someone else's job. Oh, that's really nice. So someone has said, so hi from Cardiff, I'm really enjoying your videos. That's lovely, thank you. Lots of lovely hellos. Yeah, so someone has asked a question related to last week's show, so this is super cool. So Jennifer has said, I believe kindness is the key to everything, so that is lovely. Can I ask a question about brand colours? I tried to pick them but came up with so many. Is there a rough optimum number of colours for one's brand look? Thank you. That is such a good question, and I think that so last week I was talking about brand colours and the importance of having brand colours, knowing what your brand colours are, and sharing those brand colours in your social media images. So it doesn't mean like every image that you share on social media has to have those brand colours in, but the more that you can put your brand colours into the images that you're sharing online, the more people will recognise you and associate your images with your brand, and then they will also associate colours with you, so they will remember you even when they are not seeing one of your images, which I think is really good and really powerful. So, an optimum number of colours. So I always think if you could have, the problem is with this is if I say have this many colours, you might be like, oh, but I also want to add this colour. And that is fine because you need to kind of think of a colour palette. But on your palette, I would have 3 main colours and then 3 minor colours. And so you kind of try to stick to that 6 colours, and that's a lot of colour. But if you can have 3 strong colours that are really, really associated with you and your brand, and then you can have 3 colours that go with those colours. So you might, and then think of the tones of those colours. So you wouldn't want to have like 3 bright colours and then 3 pastel colours, because they're probably not going to sit very well together. Sometimes that can work, of course. There are definitely situations where you could have a hot pink and a pastel pink and that would look amazing. So sorry, that's not always the situation, but as a guide, as kind of something to get you thinking, I would think of your 3 main colours and then your tones. And that will really help you to bring in other colours. So yeah, I hope that helps. It's really easy, isn't it, to think, oh, I love all these colours, I want all these colours involved. Probably what has happened is you've got your kind of whole palette. So if you were buying a set of paints and you were going for a paint palette of pastels, or a paint palette of bright colours, or a paint palette of muted shades, you've probably, hopefully, picked like all of those, but you just want to try and have 3 of those that are your absolute favourite, that are your absolute definite brand colours, and then the other ones will go with it and complement it. So I hope that helps, and that you can go back and have a look at that. But colour is so important. It's so strong. It's so effective, and colour can be such a positive, lovely thing as well, connected to this talk on kindness. But using lovely colours that can uplift someone's day or make someone feel calm or inspired can all be great ways of using colour. But thinking about your colours, super, super important. So I really, really hope that has helped, Jennifer, and that you can go back to your colours that you have chosen and really try and focus it in on 3. I would pick 3, 2 or 3 that are your definite brand colours, and then think about, if I had those 3 colours in a paint palette, what would I add to those to make my paintings? So I hope that helps. So Penny said, it's lovely to see me and all the pinkness. I think it's actually really funny that all these hearts, the Facebook filter has added these hearts, because I've got my hearts on the back. It doesn't look totally out of place, and I've got my pink jumper on. So it's not, but I'll try not to have the pink heart filter on next week. I've always been worried about accidentally pressing one of those, and I have done, but I think I pressed the one that was most suited to me. So I'm just seeing if anyone else has asked any questions before. Oh, I think it's just refreshed. Just check if anyone else has asked me anything else, but if not, I will be back here again on Thursday next week with another half an hour inspiration and answering your questions. So have your questions ready. It doesn't have to be something that's necessarily connected to what I'm talking about. I'm happy to ask questions about anything to do with photography, running a business, creativity, being a mum and running a business. Any of these things you are more than welcome to ask me about. So let me just see if I can. I'm just going to have one more check. Sorry, my page reloaded, and I'm just so that's I think that I have answered the questions that you asked me. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great start to next week. And I will see you back here next Thursday at 12 o'clock. And if you came in late and you missed any of this, then don't worry, because it will be shared on the page as soon as this is finished. It will also be uploaded to the YouTube channel and popped in the Makelight blog as well. So lots of places to watch it again and to hopefully be inspired. So don't forget to schedule in some kindness and put out some love, and also look after yourself. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.